Welcome, everybody, to FraxCheck, your weekly Frax vibe check. I'm your host, Capital K, and I'm joined by my co host, Mr. Decentralized Finance David, back from ETHCC.
Yeah, everybody has been calling me that recently. I swear. It's
I,
just like it kind of just like sprung up out of the crypto Twitter collective unconscious to evolve DeFi Dave to decentralized finance David. But yes, I'm back from ETC. I'm back ready to rock, get to everything Frax DeFi and everything in betweens. And here we are at FraxCheck.
yes, and if you want to continue to keep up with everything in between, make sure you smash that subscribe button and please like that button. I appreciate it so that I can come back every 2 weeks to deliver the truth straight
The
to your
truth.
eyeballs. Now, truth, you know what they
Seeing
say
is
about
believing.
truth, Dave?
Seeing is believing.
Yeah, seeing is believing. And you know what they say about truth? Truth hurts. And that's what this week is about. This week is about the truth. I'm going to tell you that truth hurts. And
The
like
truth and nothing but the truth. So help me
the
God.
truth, yes, yes, and it shall hurt. It shall bring the pain. Here, I'm going to lead right in with our very first, ripping right off the band-aid. We are starting with our flagship product. That is the Frax stablecoin. And you see that correctly. We are below, let me repeat, below the $1
Damn.
billion mark. We dropped by 9% compared to 2 weeks ago. And we are at 912 million in supply.
That's insane.
Yes,
That,
moment of silence. We're back. That was
dude,
terrible. Yes.
wait, we were talking about this before the show. What could have happened to that 90 million? You said that it was Olympus that exchanged their Frax holdings for DAI. I tried to look on the Dune dashboard at the Olympus Treasury board, and I didn't see any Frax on there. But I wanted to try to find the transaction where they actually switched the the Frax for DAI, and I tried to look on their governance forum. I didn't see any discussion about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, how did this happen? When did this happen? And why did this happen?
Yeah. I mean, the only source that I was able to pull was I saw somebody mention it in the chat, and nobody corrected said person. So I figured, okay, that got to be the truth. And I was surprised that only one person brought it up in the chat. Granted, it only happened like 2 days ago. But regardless, this I mean, I'm kind of shocked. I'm kind of sad. Obviously, this is all part of the mechanism. It is
Yeah.
Frax is designed to be able to scale up and scale down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this
Yeah.
is literally part of the mechanism. And
This is how
what happened
AMOs
was
work.
just this is what I read. I need to double confirm, but effectively one of the DAOs that held Frax decided to swap out of Frax, and because of that there was an imbalance of Frax across the curve AMO. So then what Frax had to do to bring the peg back in play, or rather bring the balance back into, well, balance, they had to remove the Frax and ergo burn it. That's why the supply decreased. So, but as it's just, this is a double-edged sword, right, Dave? Because partly, if there are fewer Frax out there, then there are fewer Frax liability on the balance sheet, and we'll see that in the next couple slides, because that's the perfect transition to this. Oh, let's talk about the swap first before we transition to the balance sheet. Well, the peg so far for this week had a high of $1 and a low of 0.998. Very good peg. But when we check the curve swap, ooh, I do not like
Oof.
this, Dave. I do
I don't
not like
like it.
this.
I don't like it.
I hate
I don't like
seeing, yeah.
anything. I hate anything, see anything like below 998.
Oh, you are a tough man to please. Mine is 0.997, because once it passes the 0.997, I feel like I'm paying, non-stable swap fees for a stable swap.
Oh yeah,
You
that makes
know,
sense.
I don't want to
Yeah.
pay 30 bips. So now
No, we
this
don't
is
want we don't yeah, we don't want that.
No, so this I feel like we're being punished here. But the pool needs to be rebalanced further. So I expect either two things to happen. One, Frax going to crank up the yields so that other people will come in and top off the USDC, or
Frax
you know,
V3. Sorry.
yes,
Sorry.
yes, or that is to come. But I want to transition now to the balance sheet as I was talking about earlier. Like I said, the total liabilities of Frax also decreased. Okay, and I'm not quite sure why this balance sheet says 982. As we all saw, it was around 912. But effectively, the liabilities, meaning the supply of the Frax stablecoin, has decreased. And that means all the assets that are still in the Frax stablecoin, well, are effectively still there, right? So now there's an increase in the balance, which is the equity portion right here, right here, the equity portion of
Mhm.
120 million. So you took all of the assets. These are all the owned assets on the Frax Treasury, plus all the assets being lent out, plus all the locked liquidity, minus the liabilities, gives you 120 million dollars of value in the treasury as the equity portion. And if you're able to watch us, you see on the left hand side, there's a table, a chart rather, that shows you the liabilities in blue and the assets in green. All right. That's what that is. All right. Now, after that, let's switch gears to talk about the collateralization percent. So here we are at 94.5, been pretty flat for the last I want to say almost a month now, and that's
Been
fine,
flat Stanley. Haven't been
you know.
traveling anywhere. Flat Stanley.
Yes, flat Stanley, and it's all right. I know, we are on a march to 100%, and we'll get there. And especially now that since there are fewer liabilities out there, the assets can produce more revenue, and therefore we can make up the shortfall even quicker. Arguably a good thing. Now, on the decentralization percent, we saw a nice little pop of 4% up to 23.4% here. So we like to see that. Um, and then I want to switch gears real quick and talk about our Frax BP, which is our Frax as a liquidity as a service. And again, truth hurts, and the truth is that we dropped by 21% over the last 2 weeks,
Ooh,
down to 400.
21%.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we dropped down to 491
21%.
milli. Yes, 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 yes. We were at 620, something like that. So we dropped like 130.
Oh,
Yes, yes,
jeez.
yes, yes. It was a big drive. You could see right there. It's a little whoop, nose dive,
Yeah.
swan dive down right there for us.
A black
Um,
swan? No, not a black swan.
no, it wasn't a black swan. This is like this. Like I said, it literally worked as planned because behind this little
Worked
block
as
here,
intended.
yeah,
Yeah.
behind this little block, you see it go from right here all the way up. So,
Hmm.
like I said, it could scale up and scale down. All part of the plan. All part of the plan. I think more importantly is like a good benchmark would be like if a stablecoin project had to reduce their stablecoin supply by 12%, how does that look like? Right? I think that
Most
would be a
people
really
can't.
fun,
Yeah, I don't think
you know what I'm
most
saying?
projects can.
That's what I'm saying. All right. But in terms of volume, like I said, because of as you noticed, this is just last week, the week before that, obviously huge move in the week prior, so that there is, like I said, some DAO wanted to swap out of Frax, ergo the volume of this pool increased bigly up to 41 million in monthly volume. That is an 8.3% utilization rate, and we're about a week away. So you could imagine we might print like maybe 50 million in volume this week, this month rather, in July. So it's all right, using up 10% of the pool. But what I want to cover more importantly is all of the liquidity pools that's Frax related on Curve. We have the Frax BP at 491 million, 3 pool at 288, Frax 3 CRV at 158, and Frax PP at 112 million. So I've always been saying this, but we are definitely in a new regime on the Curve exchange, being that we have Frax making up almost, let me do a quick math here. 761. Frax is 2.6x% of 3 pool. So all Frax related pools on curve is 2.6x more than 3 pool. We did hit a high of 3x 2 weeks ago. So this, little rigmarole is pulling us back a little bit,
Rigmarole.
but it's all right. It's all right. We keep on rolling.
We're
We
gonna,
keep on rolling.
yeah, we're gonna rigmarole the other way back soon enough.
Yes, yes.
FraxETH.
Yes, and I want to take a trip back down memory lane to Mr. Sam Kazemian's very first project called
And mine.
the
And
IQ
mine.
and oh yeah, and DeFi Davids. I forgot. I totally forgot. Founded by Sam K, and obviously Dave was part of that team as well of the IQ.wiki, aka BrainDAO. And what IQ Wiki is they are the encyclopedia for crypto. Every single guest that we've had on has a page on there. So if you ever want to learn a bit more or double click on a guest profile, here is the place to go to. All right. But I'm not here to talk about their product. I'm here to talk about their staking. Here, you're able to lock up your IQ in the duration of 1 week to 4 years. And if you lock it for 4 years, you have 4x the voting power, and the votes decay linearly, just like how it does in VECRV or VEFXS system. All right. And why would you want to stake away your tokens? Well, because there is 109% APR being offered on said token right now. And it's been pretty flat like this for the last 2 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, it was 110. Now it's 109.
Get your
So
yields. Get your
yeah,
yields.
yeah, get your yields.
Get your yields over here.
I feel like this is I feel like this is pretty high for you to just single side stake the same token. Granted, there's only 184 high IQ stakers. That's why I feel we need more staker diversity in here. And there is 1,800 of you guys on Ethereum. Caveat: you can only stake on Ethereum. So there's 184 of you guys
Sorry, you
out
can't do
there.
it on EOS.
Yes, sorry. Even though there's 160,000 people holding on EOS,
That was because
you guys
that was the
gonna
first airdrop on EOS.
yes, yes,
Fun
yes.
fact.
I remember. I remember. See, I always called it EOS. I never called it EOS. But yes.
EOS.
Anyways, for the other 1,800 Ethereum holders that are not currently staking, please lock up your stuff, or if not, at
Lock
least
it
provide it
up.
for
Lock it
lock
up.
it up. If not, at least provide it in the on-chain liquidity for you to get some sweet yield. But the main reason why, though, like the main reason why is you got to manage this treasury. Look at this big old treasury. 16.9 million, increased by 4% over the last
Oh
two
wow, we're
weeks.
up. It's up a bit.
Bigly, bigly. And look, on this FraxETH holding, yes, it has ETH. It holds almost $6 million in ETH. Okay. On top of that, it has $3.5 million in protocol owned liquidity, and it has $1 million of Frax in FraxLend earning yield. And it also has a casual almost 500K of Frax just hanging out. So this treasury needs to be managed, and somebody needs to come in here and drop it in. So I highly, highly recommend you guys do your own research, get in there and figure out if it's worth it for you to stake in IQ. All right.
DYOR.
Okay, let me take a pause as we switch back gears into the usual programming. And I have good news. Dave.
Guineas.
Here,
Guineas.
our Frax ETH supply finally overtook the previous all-time high. All right. And I forgot what was the reason why it dropped down, but I believe it was to rebalance the AMO as
Mm-hmm.
well. Again, scaling down and scaling up. Now we are back above where we were previously. Our new all-time high is 241,825.
Hey, one step back, two steps forward every time. Let's go. One step
Yes,
back, two
yes.
step forwards.
Just like life. When life knocks you down, you come back for the next all-time high.
Mhm.
And you want to figure out where all of these new FraxETH are hanging out? Well, 66% of them are PG chilling in the FraxETH pool, just earning that sweet, sweet native yield.
The
And
Swedish yield.
23% of them is in the Curve LP pool. And the remaining 11%, aka the monetary premium, is at 11%. Okay, these are just FraxETH chilling out in the ether, not in as FraxETH and not in the Curve LP. So really, really good to see that number. The higher, the better. So all of us can get that sweet yield. Now, FraxETH is a stable coin. Let's check the peg. We have a 0.9993 peg on the exchange of
Mm.
FraxETH to ETH on the dashboard. Switching gears into the market, we got to go to Curve and we swap 3,500 FraxETH for ETH to receive an exchange rate of 0.9991. That is on 164 million of TVL volume. So very nice and very spicy. I like it.
I
Okay.
like it.
Yes, it's very nice.
Give
This
me
is the
the
peg I
yield.
want to. This is the peg that I want to see. All right, I don't want to see that 0.9965 with the Frax
We want
stable
that
coin.
999.
I want that 999. Okay, that is what we need, and that's what we are here for. But let's take a step back and take a look at the landscape. And here, I wanted to highlight that we have literally not grown in the last 2 weeks. We were 2.3% 2 weeks ago. We are now 2.29%. So we're hanging on to our place in the market. However, I do not like to see that Rocket Pool is growing faster than we are. Coinbase Wrapped ETH is growing faster than we are. And even Lido is growing faster than we are. Okay.
Ugh.
That is not great. Not great.
Not great.
And
Not
then we
great.
have Binance's staked ETH coming up from the behind, growing
What?
29% over the last 30 days. Like,
Oof.
again, not very happy. Not very happy.
This is
So
not what we like to see.
this is not what we like to see. Even though we got a new all-time high on FraxETH, we definitely need a change, a big shock. And I think that big shock rhymes with XETH v2. That's going to come soon. TM.
TM.
All right. And then, but one area that we don't need any padding and is already here is the yield department. Here we have 448.5 million in TVL, printing 5.2% APY. I'll fix the headline right there
It's
afterwards. But
wow. Everybody went down a lot. What the fuck?
yes. See,
What's going on
everybody's
here?
well, it's fine. I feel like you have to look at your most relative competitor, and on the right
Yeah.
hand side, you see a graph for the listeners. I'll describe it to you. It's found on the facts.frax.finance website, where the team has built this cool little chart that shows SFraxETH competing against Steth, RETH, and CBETH. And you see that if you had 1,000 ETH staked, what would your return be? Well, it says here that compared to our ETH, you would earn 53% more in yield. And when compared to Steth, you would have earned 32% more in yield if you had staked in SFraxETH instead. That's meaningful. That's massively meaningful. And this started on January 27th. So effectively you can call it year to date. Like a very meaningful yield differential here. And it's only going to get wider and wider. So that's that. Now
Stop
moving
leaving
on.
money on the table and stake with FraxETH.
Correct. And now we have our producer Sam's favorite product, the F to the P to the I. This is the Frax price index, the stable coin that tracks the inflation rate. I call this the middle child because frankly nobody talks about it as much as it's
Although there
needed.
was some chat in the group chat today about it. I
Yes,
mean,
yes,
I
yes.
saw some Samcast bot action talking about VE, FPIS, and some unique bribing mechanisms coming with it. So it's still getting a little love, but behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes love. And well, I'm just going to share with you that the supply cap has not been moved, I believe, for the last, I would say, 2 to 3 months now, and it's at 82.6 million in supply.
Stable.
The
It's a stable supply.
it is a stable supply. But then what's interesting is the annual inflation rate shifted down to 3.1%. Okay, it was 4.1 previously, now it's shifted down to 3.1. So whatever it is, the inflation is coming down. For the FPI, the peg is, like I said, to the inflation rate, and actually we are above peg by 18 bips. Okay, so meaning all the assets in the treasury is able to offset all of the FPI's liability by 18 bips, and the treasury is consists of 89.5 million, and 46% of that is in FPI and Frax in the convex pool for liquidity, and the excess equity here is 4 million. Meaning if FPI kind of gets sunsetted tomorrow, all the FPI holders are made whole, and there's still 4 million remaining over for the FPIS holders or the VE FPIS holders. Regardless, it is working. It is good.
Is
Moving.
FraxEve going to
Mhm.
go to FPI and FPIS?
FraxGov.
Yeah.
It should. I thought it would apply
Yeah.
across all
Yeah, that'd be.
of. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I, I guess it should apply to across everything. But yeah, I guess we'll see when it's deployed.
Which is soon TM. All
TM.
right. So here we have our FraxLend, one of my favorite products. And we are at a nice round number in TVL at 250 milli. And we have $68 million in borrowed value with 69% utilization rate. Utilization
Nice.
rate here is the amount of tokens offered, meaning Frax supplied, and the amount of Frax borrowed, which is 69%. Not bad. I like to see it in the high 70s, low 80s, but 69 is all right. It's climbing there.
I'll
And
take
here
it.
I have two charts on the bottom. That one is called collateral value, and you see that we are pretty much
I saw
around.
on the TVL and utilization.
Yes. Right underneath it,
Uh,
you see the collateral value chart. Are
no,
the charts
I
showing? Huh.
I see TVL and stats, and then I see utilization.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back and go forward. Do you see? No?
And then go forward again. Go forward again. Okay, now we're at FPI.
Okay.
Oh no,
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me
we
just stop sharing real quick.
don't worry, folks. We'll be back.
I ain't sweating. I ain't sweating.
I don't sweat.
Is it here?
I still see TVL and utilization.
Okay, let me go forward and
Oh,
back.
there we go.
How's
There we
that?
go. Go back.
Okay.
I just
All
saw
right.
it. Go
So
back.
all right. No,
Oh
no, no,
wait, no, it's
no.
still.
TL and stats. Okay. Well, regardless, folks, just trust me and listen to me when I say that the collateral value is effectively back to where it was during kind of like the March circle fiasco. And in terms of borrowed value, we're slightly below where we were earlier in May when everybody was super levered. But now we are kind of hovering in between that 60 to 70 mil. I think we found our
A
right
sweet
place
spot.
for everyone to earn yield, correct? Our sweet spot. Now, here is the last leg of the DeFi Trinity, a term not mentioned much anymore, but I still like to use it, is the Frax Swap, which is
Oh,
a
go
swapping
forward one.
facility.
Go forward one. It's a TVL volume and utilization now. Okay, go. Yep, there we go. We got Frax Swap top swap volumes.
No. This is the Frax Swap. TVL volume
Oh,
utilization is Frax Swap.
oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
There's a TVL of
Whoops.
69 million in Frax Swap, and it is printing a pretty solid 35.8 million in volume every well, only so far for 24 or 23 days. So it has another week to go, and it has already utilized 51% of its TVL. And these are low numbers. These are low numbers. In the past couple months prior, it would actually churn over more than 200% of its TVL. Like it would facilitate a lot of freaking volume. And like I said, this is the DEX that nobody talks about, but it is one of the most efficient DEX out there. And frankly, the majority of the volumes come from the FXS Frax pair. And I've seen this decline from 6 mil, sorry, from 17, 15 mil down to 6 mil. Okay, over the course of the last, shoot, I want to say almost like 2 months or so, 3 months, I've seen it go from 15 mil right here every 7 days down to 6 mil. So that is how much we decreased in terms of volume. So just to give folks a taste. Now we're going to change completely and go into the profitability section, right? We did all of this so that we can get to the bottom line. And the bottom line starts with our biggest product is the Curve AMO money machine. Big pain, big pain.
Big pain.
We are down 11% in our AMOs across the board, down to 754 million from 812 million or so back in 2 weeks ago. Now, where did the drop come? As expected, $91.5 million left the Curve AMO. We are now at 459 million in the Curve AMO. In the liquidity AMO, we dropped tiny by 1.3 million down to 66 million. In the lending AMO, practically unchanged. In the investor AMO, we dropped by 2.8 million down to 123 million. So pain across the board for the AMO today. And the pain is not going to stop there because we have a really big L right here. We are
How
down
big?
860K for we are down 860K for the month of July. Now, I suspect that maybe the team has not hit the harvest button because this type of delta is too much. I expect kind of like, the mid 500K in terms of the expenses for the AMO here.
They literally just didn't hit a button yet.
Yeah, I suspect so. I suspect so because the Dune dashboard is showing this. But as it sits right now, it's at 860K in terms of a loss. So let me walk it down for the listeners. We have CRV generating 210K, CVX 20K, and FXS 20K, giving us 250K in revenue. And then we paid 1.1 million in bribes for expenses. So the delta of that is a negative 860K. So for July, we are down 860K for the convex AMO. But I am not going to leave you there. We're now going
Wait,
to
there's
go to
more. There's
there
more.
is more. The FraxLend AMO is printing nicely. All right, it's printing
Oh, wow.
nicely. We are printing about, call it 25K per week. So for the last 4 weeks,
That's
we
nice.
generated 98.9K in revenue for Frax Lend. All right, is I think is really great because we are putting in. So let me just share with you folks how the Frax Lend AMO works. So there's effectively three elements to it. There's the total allocation cap, which is how much we can mint. Then there is a total number of minted fracs, and then there's the total number of those fracs being lent out. Okay, so for all the folks, pay attention here. It's the cap, and then there is the minted, and then the lent out of the minted. All right, that's kind of the pyramid you got to think about when the fracs lend AMO. And again, this allows for the scaling up and scaling down of the fracs lend. Now, unfortunately, we have two liquidations this week. Literally
They're
happened
big.
4 days ago and a day ago. It was small. It was only 2.5K in liquidation profits. But here, it is on the FXS Frax pair and the CVX Frax pair. So people stay safe out there. Markets are volatile.
Top
Make sure you
off
manage.
your positions,
Yes,
people. Top
top
off.
up your position. This is not needed. You didn't need to take a 9% haircut for funsies. So this was not needed, y'all. All right, and then let me go to the FPI revenue. And here we are sitting pretty at $53,270 for FPI for the month of July so far. And that is after we had to pay for the peg increase. Okay, this is after paying for the peg. So we are sitting very pretty at 53K in revenue. And remember, guys, we were down by 860K from the convex AMO. But putting it all together, we are only down by 500K for the month of July so far. All right.
We
Yes,
got
it
a
is
week
red.
left. We got a
Yeah,
week
we got a
left.
week left. I mean, we're definitely not going to be in the green, but we just won't be that red. So, like I said, for the folks listening, we have the convex AMO at a 862K loss, FraxLend at 98K, and FraxLend liquidation at 2.5K. I need to update that here. And for FraxETH, we generated 193K in revenue, and for FPI, we generated 53K. So the net here is $515,000 in losses. All right. So, not the best from what we want to see, but I'm here to report the truth and give it straight to your veins, into your eyeballs. So, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week. But before we sign out, Dave, any last minute thoughts?
Frax V3.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I talked to Sam about Frax V3, and I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised about what is to come. It's really exciting stuff in the works, and that sovereign USD peg is coming. You know, that lessening of
Dave,
reliance on USDC is coming, and I'll
Dave,
leave it at that.
I mean, since we just ate, so much red, I think we need to eat some green. Can you give us some
Yeah.
alfalfa, please?
All I gotta say is look at my. I'm gonna plug myself. Watch my stablecoin maximalism speeches, and you will see. All right, you want to make a scalable stablecoin. What do you need to do? You know, find the risk-free rate, those high-quality reserved assets in your category. And so, what is that for the dollar? It's the Fed master account, reverse repos, treasuries, or something of that equivalent. Um, Sam has given hints to the Frax V3 design, maybe something like a FRX USD being created. But yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you
Just
for
gonna leave it
sharing
at
the
that.
insights. And if you
That's
want to,
alpha. That is fucking alpha. Do what you want
whoa,
with that, not financial advice. Sorry.
and if you want to keep up with all the F and alpha, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Make sure you like this video so Dave feels important, so he can give us more alpha. And make sure you
Yeah.
head over to flywheeldefi.com to subscribe to our Substack, where our producer Sam is just constantly spitting out that straight fire. All right. That is all the Frax Alpha coming straight to your veins as
Yeah.
well.
And I know this was a red FraxCheck, but all I gotta say is if you knew how good things really were, if you only knew.
It's great under the hood. It's great under the hood. All right, guys. Well, stay safe out there. The markets are turbulent, but we will be here every 2 weeks to check in on y'all and give you the straight truth via checking the chain. And you can follow me at 0x capital underscore K.
Follow me at DeFi Dave 22.
And we will see ya in 2 weeks. Peace.
2 weeks, 2 more weeks. See you around.
Nice. Okay. Rock and roll.